Hello internets, Jesus loves you. My name's Cody and this is the Christian News Show we do every Tuesday. And our first story of the day is about the actor Kevin Sorbo and East Coast Comic Con. You may recognize Kevin Sorbo from the TV show Hercules back in the 90s, or if you've seen God's Not Dead. And Kevin Sorbo apparently has some conservative political views. And it's because of these political views that Cliff Galbraith, the guy who founded this specific Comic-Con, said he is not inviting Kevin Sorbo, stating, "I turned down Kevin Sorbo for East Coast Comic-Con. He's pals with Sean Hannity. I just can't do it." Sean Hannity, of course, being the conservative talk show host. And I don't know all of the things that Kevin Sorbo has maybe said in the past that could have prompted this, but it worries me a little bit. And I know a lot of us as Christians want to look at this and say this is persecution of a Christian. But really what it is, it's an attack on political views. Because they don't believe the same things that you believe, you're just telling them they can't even be there. You're basically saying that it should be a Democrats-only Comic-Con. I mean, I always try to take these situations and I go, what would it be like if it was in someone else's shoes? Like, if this Comic-Con was put on by a conservative and they said, no, that person is too liberal for me, there's no way that I'm allowing them in, that person would be put on blast. I don't know, it's just kind of scary that someone is literally not being let into an event because of what they believe, especially a public event that has nothing to do with those beliefs. And kind of to contrast that story, we go to a sheriff's office in Louisiana. The Washington Parish Sheriff's Office has been putting Bible verses and different scriptural things like it on their Facebook page. And the Freedom from Religion Foundation, which who else complained about it? And so the sheriff's office has now taken those verses down along with invites to different prayer meetups. My first thought is, why does the Freedom from Religion Foundation worry about a small town in Louisiana that bad? But secondly, I kind of have to agree because it is a government situation. I think if the sheriff specifically had his own Facebook page that was about him and he was posting these verses, totally fine. But when you have the actual department doing so, I understand that that's not really separation of church and state. And that opinion comes from doing the same thing I did with the first story, put myself in someone else's shoes. What if it wasn't Christian message, but it was like a Satanist message? Probably wouldn't be super excited about it. And then our final story of the day takes us to Bolivia, where a new law could cause a lot of damage to the Christian community there. The law hasn't been approved yet, but it is expected to be approved by their president, Evo Morales. The law warns against anyone who recruits, transports, deprives of freedom, or hosts people with the aim of recruiting them to take part in armed conflicts or religious or worship organizations. Which is kind of a roller coaster of a sentence, because you hear that and you're like, all right, well, yeah, I definitely don't want any religious conflicts. I understand why they would ban those. But then it says worship or any kind of religious organization, and why? Like, I don't even understand why they're in the same law. And when you ban evangelism, you really ban a huge part of the Christian faith. It's really damaging to the churches, obviously. On January 21st, a lot of these churches in Bolivia are going to be having a prayer night fighting against this law. If you want to join in with them, I'm sure they'd love to have those prayers. Question of the day today. I was going to bring up the Kevin Sorbo thing, but I think that it's very similar to our conversation last week with Facebook, and just, a lot of the opinions were very similar to mine with company has the right to do it, doesn't mean we like it. Question of the day today is instead going to be, do you have anything you'd like me to pray for you for? Because I'll do that. Ask you to pray for things. I feel like I should ask if you need me to pray for stuff as well. So please do that. Please comment in the comment section down below with your answer. My name is CodyArmour, bringing you Christian news in a not so boring kind of way every Tuesday. We'll see you next week. I love you. God bless.